I want to give my respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and pay my respect to all venerable. And hello, everyone. Today we discussing about the topic favorite chop. Talk about the chops. We also have the dream when when we are when we was young, so we have a dream uh, to get a job and get a good job. And every parents also they guide their children uh, to learn and get the best job in the future. So talk about the job today. I want to ask some question related to the jobs that you have dreamed when you was young and now and later in the future. So I have three questions. The first, uh, what's your dream job for the future when you was a student? And why do you like that job? The second, later, did you get your goal or your purpose or your dream? Why or why not? And now, do you want to change your dream or change your job? Why not? If yes, what ways do you want to do to change your job? That's the three questions we will discuss tonight. So I want to talk about my dream job first. The first, I think I will talk all about my own self about these three questions. So the first question, the job I was dream when I was a student. I have two dream job. The first one, the first job I like that is a policeman because I recognize that to be a policeman will do the good job and many people maybe like would like to be a policeman. The first, I invite Pante Pakde to answer the first question. That's what's your dream job in for the future when you was a student? Why do you like it? So you answer, then you help me to invite and honor people. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ben. For the question, I think many people when they were a child or a childhood always have a dream. I also had a dream like Mr. Ben does. I want to be a teacher. That is a normal job. But when I think teacher is hard, and so I try to to learn, and then I want to get a lot of knowledge, so can a good teacher. And now I think in uh, but I want to know English, and now I'm learning English in the Kunter college. So want to be a good teacher, you should study a lot of like another language, especially that's a native speaker or mother tongue, especially Khmer language, because we are Khmer. We should study Khmer to make it clearly. Uh, mm, that's my ideas, but I think for the future, maybe successful is depend on the situation or the time will be answer my dream. So that's all my dream job. So for to continue, I would like to invite Sarai. What is your dream job?
Thank you for inviting me. I would like to pay my homage to Venerable in our group, and good evening. Talk about dream job. Actually, when I was young in kindergarten school and in the primary school, I have raised a lot of dream job. When I see a singer, she sing and dance in the TV show, I also admire and want to be a singer. And when I go to school, I see my teacher, they teach me, they transmit me about how to do the calculate or how to read. I also very thankful, very love for them, and I also rise to be a teacher. Yeah, but when I also grew up a little bit in junior high school, in that time I also by accident by yes I read other a notebook, and I see a short sentence that no business, no will, and I start to think why the other day he write like that, and I become to see the people around me. I see a business woman, see a business on Paddy, and I think that why she so rich, and why my father who work very weather beaten in the farm, but he also don't rich like they. And I start to see my teacher. I have a lot of teacher as out of their own work. They also have a part-time, and their part-time works do business. My biology teacher, he have a big K store, and music teacher, she also business on customic. Yeah, and in this time I have a little bit realized about how to be rich with business. And now when I was in grade, yes, I think that I want to be rich, then I choose to be a business, but also a small business. But when I am in senior high school, yes, I have enough opportunity to read, to absorb a lot of knowledge from my school library, and by chance I read a book. I don't remember the name of the authors, but I remember the name of book is Teach Child to Grow Rich, and this book make me to think more. And it's very surprised because when the first page I read from this book, the author teach me how the author recommend me to think about my retirement. It's so surprised because I find to read book because I want to work to find money, to earn money, to do economic. But this book teach me to To think about retirement, it means to stop working and spend time for life. And I say that to business, have we can reach fast and also can find the retirement as soon as possible. And that's it. I can spend the rest of my life to study about the Dhamma. Yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you for your great ideas. Everyone have any question for her?
Yes, I have a question for Mrs. Ray answer right now. So I
Yeah.
heard that you say the business is help you reach fast, but when you business failure, what will you do? Do you know my question?
Yeah, I have heard very attentive, but I still don't get. Sorry.
So you have to think. You have to think, and you can talk from a businessman when they talk about the failure, they all failure.
Yeah.
Can you retell?
That's all, Sarai. Continue.
Is that right?
Why you keep
Yeah.
silent?
Yeah. I am thinking about your question. Can you repeat again?
Okay, I think I invite you I invite you retell some problem from businessmen when they meet difficult problem in the business and they fail.
Yeah, I think that the failure of business is don't have enough. It means have produced but cannot sell. It means don't have market. I think they see the value of business. Yeah, that's all.
Yes, I think I listen from a lot of businessmen. They talk about their story, talk a lot of their failure. Can you tell can you retell some name of businessman you like the most?
Sarai, where are
Sarai?
you?
Yeah.
Can you tell
Yeah.
him about a business? Do you want to be?
You like the most?
Maybe I like the Muddy Chimron. Yeah. She become with the number 0 and now she a millionaire and I very admire him. Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Thank you,
have a
your answer.
question. I have a question for Miss Sarai. I think you read a lot of Chimron books. What do you think about the difference about the four people thing and the rich thing? If you are business,
The poor people think and the rich people think different about, I think
What do you think now?
and now what do you think for business? Do you have you ever thought about the risk of fall in the business? Because I read a lot of blog, read a lot of newspaper. Some people billionaire or rich people sometimes one day or one night can to be poor people. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I thought that it's normal because life is deep.
I invite you to talk about the topic tonight, and if you're busy, you can talk or anything, and you can go out first. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bin. Appreciation for me. The first I homage to Buddha Dhamma Sangha, then I respect to our venerable high group. Tonight, I answer a question. First, what's your dream job for the future when you was a student, and why did you like it? When I was a student, I always have a dream. My dream is growing my young generation. Now, now for Yasa Khmer, Arya Thọ Khmer, celebrity of Khmer, because it's because it's educate, because it is key to success and happiness for Khmer national. Later, I get my goal because I always to try, although I encounter with obstacles, but I constantly trying forward, forward. uh, for me, I don't change my dream. I don't change my dream because I always keep my idea. Thank you, listening.
Hello. According to you, the Buddha have teach the Buddhists to do business or not?
For far, I think Uttana Sampatiya, as the Buddha say in the benefit in the present, we still live Uttana Sampatiya, meaning we try to do something. Arakasampatiya, meaning if we serve something what we are doing. And Kalyana Matapiyam, that's in the good friend. And Samajivita, that's in the normal life. But according to me, in Sutra, the Buddha also think about the business. Like the businessman or businesswoman do not do business on the human, like the girl or the man to be the sexual. The second does it do not business on the alcohol, and third they do not business on the weapon, meaning like run, cầm plương, strawwood, yeah, and business on the something. I think there are six kind of business the woman do not do in the Buddhism, but according to the Noble Eightfold Path, everyone think that is Samma Achivo, meaning right livelihood. Does he talk about also about the business? Thank you. That's all.
I also learn a little about the business, and after I read the book Secret of Babylon, that books so we how to do the business, how to do the business in the safe way. So I recognize that book say also the same Buddha says, because that book said that if we want to do the business, we have to save the money. We have to divide the income to 4 parts. The first for ourselves, the second for family, and the third for do the business. And the 4 part we have to save it to when we have something problem, we use that the final part. So I think the Buddha also say the same line. So thank you, Pante. And now we move to other one. I invite Mr. Sopong. What's your dream job when you were young?
The first I homage to Buddha, Dhamma, and the monk. I say hello to everyone. The question one, what your dream job to the future when you was a student? When I was young, I dream of become a doctor, because I see healing as a good job. Later, when I grew up, I changed my dream because my parents are both a teacher. I applied for the exam to be the teacher because I love myself. I love my children and teach children pronunciation, the language, Khmer language and Vietnam language. Then my dream I can tour because I try to study and take the exam as a teacher. Every day I happy when I can give the wisdom for me to the children. To children, he can speak Khmer fluently and Vietnam fluently. I'm very happy. Yeah, I have any idea. Thank you.
Yes, I have a question for Mr. Phong. I heard that you,
Yes.
when you was young, you was children, you want to become a doctor, but your dream is not become true. So do you feel so sad or not?
Because my parents are the teacher, he said to me try study to the teacher. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Your answer. You listen. Your parents' advice.
Yes.
It's a good It's a good children.
I have a question for
Yeah.
Mr. Phong. Now you are a teacher, so does your salary is enough to support your family?
Yes, enough. Yeah, enough to family.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, I think so. Because you have been a teacher for a long time. So your salary now is so big. Yeah, I think so. Thank you.
It's your turn, Mr. Suna. Answer the first question.
Yes, thank you for inviting me. First, I would like to pay my high respect to all venerables in our group and say hello to everyone. Now I would like to answer the first question for this topic. For me, when I was a child, when I study in secondary school, I started to have a dream to become an English teacher because at that time I was studying in grade 6 and the English teacher uh, gave gave me the inspiration a lot in English subject. He was really a very best teacher in English. He attracted me a lot in pronunciation, in explanation in English. So I really love study English with him. And after that, the first dream um, showed up in my mind that in the future I would try to become an English teacher like him. And at this secondary school, I have 2 school years to study with him, grade 6 and grade 9. Tell you the truth that at that time I really tried my best to study this subject. So at grade 9, he invited me to take a good good students in English. So by his helping me, I received the second reward in that exam. And the reason why I wanted to be an English teacher is very simple because I really love this language because I think that English is an international language that people all around the world use it to communicate. And if I master this language, it's very convenient for me to do a lot of things in my life. And also, if I want to travel to another country, it's also very easy for me. Yes, thank you.
I have a question for Mr. Sana.
Yes.
What is hard on the way when you want to be?
Want to be a teacher, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yes. I have just told you that in the past I wanted to be an English teacher, and now my dream didn't become true because of my challenges in my life. When I studied at high school, I had a terrible headache for 3 years. when I study grade 10 and continue to grade 11 and move to grade 12, I still have a very terrible disease. So at that time, when I study at grade 12, I had decided to stop study and to treat my disease. But fortunately, my vice principal, she really loved me because we have good connection. So she invited me to meet her in her office, and she gave me a lot of good advices. She tell me that now you have a disease, so why don't you go to treat this disease, or you let this disease stay with you for a long time? So I started to realize that her saying was really true, and I cancel my thinking. So I try to continue to study until I finish grade 12. And after that, I also stopped study and I went to Orden to become a Buddhist monk in monastery. Do you want to ask more? Yes.
Thank you for your sharing.
Yes,
Thank you.
you are welcome.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's a great process. Now my turn. I have also two dreams. That's one is policeman, and the second one I also want to be a doctor, because I think that the doctor can help people to escape from the disease and stay in long time. But that to dream is not become true, because the policeman I cannot I have not enough highs, so they said that I'm so short, so I will fail. And then the how about the dream of doctor? The first my score in the final exam is not enough to be study in a doctor, so I can go to study to be a doctor. And but my family, they asked me to be a teacher when I was young, when I was study in grade 1. The first year they recognize that I also have good at language, so they suggest me to be a teacher. I love to, but I want to be the doctor more than the teacher. And then when I was study in grade 6, and I met an old English teacher, so I think that I would be an English teacher to teach Khmer people about English. So I try to study to become an English teacher. So that's my dream. So now we can move to the second question. Later, did you change your dream or your goal? Why or why not? I would like to invite Pante Tam.
Okay, thank you for your question. The first answer the question, I pay homage to the Dhamma, I pay homage to the Buddha, I pay homage to the Dhamma, I pay homage to the Sangha, and I respect all venerable here, and I say hello with everyone. I think that with my goal or my dream, I cannot change because
sorry, Phante. Did you not said about question 1, right? So you can talk a little about the question 1 and change to the question 2.
The question 1, when I was a children, I have a dream. I like my brother and other member here because I want to become an English teacher and Khmer language because I think that English language is an international language, and I want to share my knowledge by English language, and I want to share about the Buddha's teaching by English language for the lay people. The lay people in the world can understand about the Buddhism. And I want to become an English teacher. I want to teach for the children the Khmer children can speak English well like a native speaker, but now I cannot speak well, and I can try to speak every day. And with my goal, my my goal I cannot change because I want to because when I did decide a goal I cannot change, because if I change my goal I don't know to do about what. Thank you for your listening.
So that's the reason why you cannot to be an English teacher, and then you can't change your goal, and then you want to be a monk over now and later. So thank you, Phante. How about Serey?
Yeah.
Hello, Serey.
Yeah.
So now, do you want to change your goal or to continue to stay your dream?
Yeah, I only keep my dream.
Okay.
I don't have
Yeah,
a
I think
plan to change my dream now. Yeah.
yeah, I think you are a student, so you have to keep stable your dream and try more to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah. And now I think this question is some people some people here do not want to change the goal because Mr. Phong and Sona so has I recognize that Mr. Phong changed the goal because Mr. Phong want to be a doctor, and then he a teacher. Can you explain more about why do you change? Why did you change your goal to be a teacher from
Yes.
a doctor?
Thank you for your question. Before I want to be a doctor because I see a doctor is a good job, but right now I am a teacher a long time. I can to change myself because I trong dây tôm đuổi. Even though this shop teacher is difficult, but I feel happy doing the work. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Teacher is a nice job. Everyone, also many people or students, they dream to be a teacher, but now some students have finished from the education school, but they cannot apply the job to be a teacher, so they have to do other work like to be a worker in a factory, etc. So if we are the teacher, we should keep to do good my job in our jobs. Yeah, that's good idea. Thank you. And now about Pante Pakde, do you have to change your dream before now and now?
I think my age is change is so difficult because I think if other people as Adam, Mr. Sutton, he changed when he was adult, when he a teenager, and now I'm 31. If I change, I don't know what I do in the future, so I try to keep my dream that is to be a teacher, also to be a teacher at the Buddhist school in outside. But I think if someday I would be a teacher in outside, I think my age is also high because it's not money to retirement. So I keep to be a teacher, and now just improve about the English and another language. If I can to learn at the time, that's all.
So in the future, do you want to get what jobs from English or Khmer language?
I think I want to be a normal teacher, also that's my language. Also for me, I successful teacher English also successful. But now my language successful, but teacher language I think not. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all.
Yeah, I think you can also study to research more about the two languages. If you try to study about Bali, you can study and you can research more to have our country to develop about this subject. But English also help you to research, because when and I hear from some researcher, they said that if we have good at English, we can research the good document from outside, from other country. They wrote so good, so we can use English to support our jobs. Yeah, if we don't be an English teacher, we can to be English can support us in the job. And so thank you. And
yes, thank you for your advice.
So I think we can move to the final question. Do you want to change your dream now? But I think this question also the same with the second question. So anyone here, do you want to change your shop to other the shop? If you have want to change, you can explain something. Mr. Donna and just
I
Mr.
have a
Sona.
question for Sotong. Sotong. I have a question for Sotong because
Yeah.
he was saying about the shop. Okay. For Mr. Sutton, when you change your job because your dream is a doctor, so you change to be a teacher, and now are you happy when you to be a teacher? That's the I think private question, but I think that's the our crowd. Yeah, that's my question.
I'm very happy doing this work because I give to the wisdom to children uh, and yeah.
Yeah, you have share your language to your children to let the children to get more language and get job, good job later. So I have another question from the tree I have brought. So do you think fail in job is the end of dream or not? So how about Mr. Sona? Do you think if anyone fail from the dream job, so they should think that is the end of life or the end of job, or they should think about other way to get other job?
Yes, actually, I think that I have heard from a saying that when a door shut, the other door will be opened. So I think the dream of us are the same. Yes, the same. It's not the ending of our life because outside in our society there are there are a lot kind of job that we can find or we can apply. It depends on our ability to do or not. And I think that everyone has their own potential ability to do one or more things. Such as if I were not a teacher, I also can be a farmer. I can plant rice, or I can plant vegetables, or I can raise animals. So that also an income to support my life as well as my family. And we are trying to study English, even though I don't mention Mr. Ben. Yes, even though um, we do not want to be an English teacher, but when we are good at this language, I think that there are a lot of opportunities to get job from this language, such as we can be a translator, or we can be a tourist guide, or we can be an English coach for uh, some children that their parents need to teach their children, yes, etc. So don't be hopeless. Yes, we should don't be hopeless. Try to develop. Try to be optimistic in our life. Yes, we will get uh, the the new and the nice, the beautiful future. Yes, thank you.
Yes. So
Yes,
nowadays there are thousands of jobs. So if you don't get the dream job, you can grab yes other job if we have ability. Okay. Now everyone, do you want to ask Mr. Sana?
yes, I have a question. I have a
Okay.
question tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a teacher, but COVID-19, you can farmer, you planting flower and vegetable. I want to ask you, uh, why do you study English?
Yes.
You
I
are a teacher Khmer language. Why do you study English?
yes. When I started to study English, I don't know the exact or the certain reason why I try to learn this language. But now I have thinking that besides I'm teaching in school, I'm teaching Khmer. I also, if I have enough ability, I also heard the monastery, or I also can be a translator. Yes, if I have enough ability, I can translate from Vietnamese or from Khmer to English. Yes, I hope that in the future I can accomplish this goal. Yes. Do you
Yeah.
make sense?
Okay. If no question, I want to ask Pante Pakade. Um, how do you think about reason why nowadays many people can get the job as they dream?
As a special question, I think that they influence a lot of people in the social society. I think the first reason that they influence effect on the people who has dream, and the second that they influence in the society, that in the country, like the poor country is hard to find a job. And the first, the question, the person sometimes they have a dream, but he don't try to be a dream they want to be. Example, every people everyone always have a dream. I want to be a rich people, a rich person, but they are so lazy. They do not have a hard work. So why they can to be a rich person? Does the one reason for the people that they are lazy or he giving up about the dream or every action. And the second that the about the society. As everyone know that the in our country that the country is development, that the rising. So also hard for the people who find a job. And the teacher, I think every year in our countries about more than 10,000 they are lost their job. They cannot to find a job. So that's the influence by the society in other countries. I think that's my ideas.
And so, Bilang, you have a good idea about social looking, because nowadays people, I also recognize that some young people, they lost the lots of people, they just get the dream based on their children, their parents ask, or their friend. The dream is not come out their heart, so they don't try to study hard to get the job. So if they don't get the dream job, they can't do other job. Like people want to be a teacher, but after they get finish the university, they can't apply to the job because there are anything a school to get to accept them, and or someone they when they interview, they don't show the ability to the interviewer, so I think they can't get the good jobs. And if they don't get the dream job, they don't know to do anything. They just to be a worker. So I think that's because of the not strong dream, and when they study, they just focus on the dream. They don't study more about society. So that thank you your answer, and I want to ask Seray. Hello, Seray.
Yeah, hello.
Okay. In the future, just example, I don't mention the truth. If you don't get the dream job, so do you get boring, or what do you do in the future?
Of course that if I cannot complete my dream, I will get a big sad. But what can I do? Because I really know that what I get is inflict while how many I try. And if it's not enough for trying, I can do it. Yeah. That's all.
Okay. I also think that, and I think you should open your mind to look around our country and other country. You have to choose a university or a major in a university. You should study your dream job, and then you have to invite your knowledge to mom outside, and if your dream job is not become a true, you can get other job easier. I think nowadays you can try to open your mind so much. Don't be just study in one job, and if you don't get that job, you don't know to do anything. Okay, thank you, Saday. And everyone, do you have any advice for our group or for young children about the job?
Okay, I would like to give some advice because if one day everyone uh, or their dream not successful, but we can have a knowledge. What about we study? Example, if we study English, although we cannot to be a teacher in English, we also can read book. We can watch new, or we can go to travel another in abroad. You can speak English. That's it. I think it's normal. Especially if Sirai, I think if you lose their job, if you can to be a businesswoman, you can to be a small businesswoman. That's it. You can support her family. That's it. Also the business. You can count about the money. Wow, how many income and how many outcome. Also, that's a small business in family. And if have a small business family, that's it good for family. Yeah. As me, although I'm not to be a teacher in English, although I can speak English with another people, or can we join the group as a learn about something, but we want to be, or we want to do, or we want to know. Yeah, that's in my opinion. But the final words or final statement that say never give up if you have a dream. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, thank you.
And I also recognize that many businessmen, after they get a successful in business, and they turn to the school and teach English or teach the skill business to the student. They don't be a teacher, but they can teach a good way for a new student. So that's the extra job beside the main job. So I want to ask a question to Mr. Pong. So what job do you want your children to get in the future? Your child, your son, your daughter?
Tụi mình ta xưa đó
សុទ្ធថាអនាគតឲ្យកូនរៀនមុខរបរអ្វី
yes in the future is my son I want to is chop the chop and he love but my son he love football and activity សកម្មភាពខាងក្រៅ he don't like teacher but I want to I appeal to you chop the shop. Yes.
You want your children to be a teacher too? right?
No, I don't want to children the teacher, but I think the work, if you love you, you can
I see. I see.
good job.
You let
If
your
you
children. You let your children choose themselves. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I want to ask one question to Mr. Suna. How can you guys your children to get job in the future?
Yes, now they are so young, and I don't know exactly that their favorite job. What is their favorite job that they love? So I think that this time is very important to educate them to get the job that require the knowledge and the soft skill. For example, the communication field or the technological field. So and English language as well. So I have tendencies that I will guide them to try their best to study first. Study the national language, that is the Vietnamese language first. And also at the same time, I will educate them, try to study their mother language, because it's also the most important thing, so that in the future they will keep their identity as a Khmer people. And gradually I think that when they grow up and I will recognize clearly about what they want the best for themselves, and I will have a plan to support them. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's so difficult to recognize that our children lies what job in the future, because of our school nowadays. They don't celebrate. They don't divide the student to be in group of student. But in Singapore they let the children to be many group in the school. They have a lot of material to show the children, and they what children who like which group, they will let them to study in that group, and they show them to play or to use some material that they like, and then they guide their children to be that job from the kindergarten, from 3 years old. So that the education of Singapore and some rich country, they do like that. But now in Vietnamese, the government have no school do like that. And so if we don't have material to the children play, so we can't consider that what they want. We just buy something and let them play. We don't get them to buy on their shelf. I think later we want to buy something, we let the children come with us and show them and ask them want to play or not, so that we can recognize easier. Thank you.
Yeah.
So anyone
Good.
have any idea? So if no, we can stop here now. Thank you everyone to join our topic.